Don't watch these three movies. If you cannot watch Sinners, do not watch this. Don't pass go. Don't write in my comments how, oh, I made you watch these movies. I didn't. I'm telling you, don't watch them. Greetings, friends. I'm Fox Indigo, and you're watching Fox on Flix with friends on YouTube. Please do not forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you want to be able to listen to my content without having to watch, you can also follow me on Spotify under the same name, Fox on Flix with Friends. Who am I? I'm Fox Indigo. I'm an amateur critic, and I specialize in watching all things Black entertainment. So whether it's a television show, a series, a movie, no matter where it is in the world, whether it's from America, Brazil, Africa, even if it's a Bollywood film, you never know. I want to be the person to watch it and let you know whether it's worth watching or not. My hope is to be able to spread global melanated love amongst all people that will be able to celebrate one another for our differences and also be able to share our stories and find the oneness in them as well. So thank you for joining this episode. Today is going to be a little bit different. With the release of Sinners, everybody pretty much has now seen that movie. I myself did not review it. It just felt like everybody was anyway, but I decided to go one step further. I don't know if you've heard about some of these religious folk going to see this movie saying they've been filled with the fear. You shouldn't see this movie because they've just felt this over sense of dread that demons are real. Oh my God, you're going to hell. Well, then for all those who have been afraid of going to see Sinners or think that somehow some spirit from the film is going to jump on you, here are the three demonic movies you shouldn't watch if you're a Christian. My first movie you shouldn't watch if you're a Christian is Eve's Bayou. It was released in 1997. I'm not saying these three films in any particular order, but Eve's Bayou is probably my favorite out of the three recommendations. It is set in Louisiana and it centers around a very prominent doctor. This movie really deals with adultery, sex, a little bit of incest, some mysticism as well, curses. I think if you're a Christian, you might not want to watch this. There is the heavy underlying story of witchcraft, or I would say probably hoodoo, since we are talking about Louisiana. This movie was written and directed by Cassie Lamont. And it stars Samuel L. Jackson, Lynn Whitfield, a very young Megan Good, as well as Journey Smollett as the main character. What makes this movie one of my favorites is that it takes the perception of a young girl coming of age who actually sees her father and her family members for what they are and who they are. The illusion of being a little girl is broken for her one evening when she catches her father having sex, watch out Christians, with someone other than his wife. This sends her into suppressing what she sees and tries to just get on with her everyday life. However, she has an older sister who's also coming of age and a younger brother. She's also seeing that her mother is someone who's actually suffering in the relationship, and she also has an aunt who is very unlucky in love. One of my favorite scenes in this movie is when the aunt is telling the story of her lost loves. She's been with three men who've all died. There's this one scene where she is telling her niece the story of when she realizes that she is truly and deeply in love with one of her husbands, and it ends in such a tragic way. But the way that this story is shot, and it's done through this kind of mirror perspective where she's telling the story, you see it playing out in the mirror. Then at one point in the story, she is now in the mirror and she is taking place in the story of her past. This is a really deep, deep movie. I watched it originally when it came out in 1997. I was 16 years old. I am now in my 40s. It means something completely different to me, and I now see the underlining story better. I see it clearer than what I did when I was 16. If you're a Christian, you may not want to watch this movie. You're going to go to hell. The number two movie that you should not watch if you're a Christian is Beloved. It was released a year after Eve's Bayou in 1998. This is a book adaptation and it's been written by Tori Morrison. It stars Oprah, Danny Glover, Tandy Newton, and Kimberly Elise. Beloved is about a former slave who is haunted by her past. The story is a little disturbing. When I saw it was younger, I just remember being completely disturbed. And then when I read the book, I was even more disturbed. Now that I'm older, I'm still disturbed, but now I have more clarity. If you're a Christian, please do not watch this. There is a lot of sex and there's a possession. If you were scared about sinners, you're definitely going to be scared of this movie. I mean, it's about a slave who has been haunted by her past, by a spirit, based on something that she did for her freedom. And again, there's sex, there's a spirit, there's an exorcism. So don't watch this movie. What makes this movie great is that it's about a part of history, American history, that we don't want to discuss. It's also about the traumas. I believe that many of us who are descendants of American slaves, it's still in our blood, the trauma that has happened to our ancestors. I actually think that this is a movie that you should watch if you want a little bit more of understanding of what it was like for Black people here pre-Civil War and shortly after the Civil War. So that's my number 2 recommendation of movies Christians should not watch. My third is The Deliverance, which is a recent release from 2024. It was directed by Lee Daniels and it stars Andra Day, Glenn Close, Omar Epps, and Monique. To me, this was the most fun out of the 3 movies. This is about possession and demons, so I don't think that you should watch it, but it also deals with children. Now, what was a little bit confusing about this movie was they inferred that there was a possession, but then they also tied it into the mother's abuse. So this mother had 3 children. She separated from the father. They moved into a new home in Philadelphia. I want to say it's Philadelphia, someplace in Pennsylvania. Her mother moved in with her, who's played by Glenn Close. I personally think it's one of the best characters that she's played besides playing Cruella DeVille in 101 Dalmatians. These women's lines are just completely outrageous. One of the lines is, "I can smell your nappy pee." Um, Yeah. As a Christian, you definitely don't want to hear that type of language. I don't even think, do you guys even know what a P is? I wouldn't expect too much out of this movie as far as like a deep plot, but it is said to be based on true events. So if you want to watch something that is a little funny, and I don't think it's meant to be funny, but it is, then I would say yes, watch this movie. But if you're a Christian, do not watch this movie. You will likely be haunted at night. The devil is going to visit you. There's going to be lights flickering on and off in your home. You might need an exorcism. So all 3 of these movies, I don't think that you should watch. Now, if you are into exorcism and demons, my first recommendation would be Eve's Bayou. The second one is Beloved, and the last is The Deliverance. If you've seen any of these movies, please tell me, what did you think? Which out of the 3 movies do you think is the most demonic and you think that Christians should stay away from? I'm going to say I'm going to say maybe Beloved. I would say stay away from Beloved. Beloved is out of the 3, the one that made me feel the most awkward and weird, while Eve's Bayou is definitely my favorite out of the 3. It's a coming of age film. I think many girls can identify with the main character, 1, coming of age, 2, realizing this picture perfect individual that you've always looked up to may not actually be the person that you think that they are. And then Deliverance, if you want a good laugh and want to have some fun and be slightly scared, I would watch that as well. There isn't really much to say. I'm warning you, don't watch these 3 movies. If you cannot watch Sinners, do not watch this. Don't pass go. And do not come and tell me, don't write in my comments how, oh, I made you watch these movies. I didn't. I'm telling you, don't watch them. That's all I have for you today. It's a very short video. Please don't forget to like this video, Go check out some of my other reviews as well. Let me know if you have any type of recommendations. Also, don't forget that likes are definitely free. They give me some support and they do make me feel good. Let's not lie. Who doesn't want to be liked? And if you could subscribe, I really appreciate that as well. You can turn off notifications. I subscribe to many people. I turn off the notifications and then I go through them and just see, hey, what has somebody uploaded lately? Your algorithm reads it for you anyway. I'm Fox Indigo. That's pretty much it. Oh, don't forget, I am on Spotify under Fox on Flix with Friends. If you have any recommendations, don't forget that I review Black movies as long as the movie has a predominantly Black cast, is written by a Black writer, or has a Black director. All three, maybe two out of the three, please recommend them to me. And it doesn't matter where they are in the world. I want to have diverse stories to share with you, no matter where you are in the world, whether you're in Spain, Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela, Africa, here right in the United States, the Caribbeans as well. There are so many great stories. So please, I want to be able to just watch a variety of things for you. And also for those who are non-melanated, don't forget you're welcome here as well. And if you have any recommendations, don't be afraid to share them. All right, guys, that's it for now. I'm Fox Indigo. Love, kisses, and hugs. That's a wrap.